talk to you today about Halloween ends. Yes, I turned off chat. Why to do that? Because I treat my lives like videos. I usually go to Riverside, but sometimes that's kind of a pain in the butt. It'll stop you on uh, it'll just quit and it'll be kind of wonky. So I just prefer to go live. It's easier and simpler. But I don't always necessarily want to put up with the normal nice people are fine. I don't want to put up with douchers. Um, Basically, if you want to start talking to me and making me go live with the chat allowed more, then support me at the very least. Get me to that 500 subscribers or start donating to me. Buy me a coffee. My PayPal.me, uh, tip jar, whatever. Basically, pay me, get me paid. Because again, I can't even really monetize my lives until I get to 500. And then there's all the watch hours I got to accumulate. So it's like, I'm not here to BS. I'm not here to socialize. I ain't here to talk to people. I want to advertise my stuff. I want to give my thoughts on shit I like. And I desperately need to get to the 500. So, with that being said, let's talk about Halloween Ends. Halloween Ends was about a rough draft, in my opinion. Anybody that watches the YouTuber Pop Arena might know that he's not a fan of the Goosebumps series, which is his prerogative. But he did say he's like, I'm a bigger fan of the stuff like the show, the movies, the comic books, anything that Stein himself didn't write. Because he said in his books he had good threads that were worth exploring. And that to me was exactly how I felt about Halloween Ends, both the book and the movie. Because what did it do right? It was Corey's story. Corey was the best character. Excuse me. Corey Cunningham was the best character in Halloween Ends. Um, the book, we get more of Michael between the four, like what happened between those 4 years. And that's good. That helps. That actually helps satiate what a lot of us fans wanted was just Michael Myers, you know, being Michael Myers, basically. Now, what Halloween Ends did that was stupid was it kind of killed the character of Laurie and Allison. And again, I do not believe I do not believe that Allison would be dating some 50-year-old cop. Fuck that shit. That's stupid. I don't believe that Laurie would just go from paranoid badass to just trying to be Mrs. Betty Crocker. Now, what I will say about Halloween Ends, they needed to kill Mrs. Allen because she was a bitch. Again, to me, there's a very simple story you could have told. I think Laurie Strode herself has already chosen to be human, even when the world didn't make her feel that way, because she was still kind of teased and ragged in 1978. She didn't fit in with them, didn't fit in with her peers. She was so shy and awkward, but she still chose to be a human. She still chose to be best friends with those girls, to be responsible when it came to her babysitting. Um, a good person, full of love and warmth and understanding, even if she was socially awkward. Michael Myers' evil ass chose evil, chose darkness, much like Corey Cunningham does. And again, if we would have seen more of that in the movie in Halloween Ends, I think, okay, this may still be trying to feed a burger to a vegetarian, but I think it would have been like, okay, Corey chose darkness, uh, Laurie and Allison chose light and love, even if their life has been, they've had plenty of turmoil and abuse, they still want to choose light and love. Um, Also, I think what they could have done is Scream style. Instead of the team up of Michael, just have Corey be the killer, but make us think it's been Michael, so that when Michael shows up at the end and kills Corey, and then I feel like you could have had the same ending. While that still would have upset people, I still feel like that would have gone over way better than how they did it, because you didn't explain enough. You did some weird shit. Um, Again, we saw kills, and it. I'm sorry, Dave Gordon Green, Paul Brad Logan, and Danny McBride. You're not going to convince any of us that saw kills that dude would suddenly be that weak. I'm sorry. At that point, guys and girls, they're trying to feed vegetarians burgers, or trying to feed a carnivore a fucking piece of lettuce. Whatever analogy you want to use, they're trying to feed an audience something they will not buy, they cannot buy, and they will not accept. But there's so many good threads from the movie to the book that if they would have just made these simple tweaks, especially the Scream idea, where it's like you think it's Michael until the end, and then the real Michael shows up and kills Corey, that I think would have worked a lot better. Because even with eagle-eyed viewers saying, well, that's not Michael because his hand ain't messed up, fine, use that. But if I think that's Michael while that's happening, and then the real one shows up, like, holy shit, then I'm impressed, and then I don't mind it as much. Joe,